Hey guys, Mr. Happy here, and today we're going to be going through Stone Vigil Hard Mode, a new dungeon in patch 2.3. This dungeon requires an average item level of 70 to enter, as well as completing the quest Blood for Stone in Mordona. This is probably the easiest of the three new dungeons. The first several sets of trash mobs will consist of a drake and a couple of dragons. You can kill them easily enough. As you approach certain parts of the dungeons, watch wyverns will swoop down and do a fire breath on your party after a short delay. They also have a strong tank hit ability, so watch out if your tanks are low on HP or don't have a lot of gear. Kill them, kill some more dragons, kill some dragonflies, and you'll be at the first boss. Gorenik is actually very similar to the normal mode Stone Vigil's first boss. He will occasionally face a random player and use Lion's Breath or Swinge, which will hit a giant area in front of them. Just stay close to him and run behind him whenever he does this. He also sometimes runs to the corners of the room and does the same thing, so follow close by him at all times. He also has a hard-hitting move on the tank called Rake, which on launch day was giving our tank all sorts of wacky buffs and debuffs. May have been a bug, seeing as it didn't do that the next day when I recorded this. There's also a few sets of ads called Vigil Airs that do a different move upon death. They can either do a conal breath attack or a giant AoE explosion that our monk said ate all of his TP when it hit him. Dodge these, kill Gorenik, and move on. Moving forward, there's a bunch of weak trash mobs that'll try to swarm you in numbers, but they don't really do anything special. There are haranguing harriers as well, and they just attempt to turn into dragons. Just kill them off and silence them when they go for their transformation. Even if they do transform, they just hit a little bit harder and occasionally do a weak party-wide AoE, maybe 800 damage. You'll eventually come to a part with 3 cannons and a dragon shooting ice balls at you. Hit the dragon with whatever cannon is facing him and some enemies will spawn. You'll have to do this 3 times and then you can move on to the second boss. The second boss is Kukafera. He will spend the entire fight attacking NPC knights while your party mans the 4 cannons in the corners of the room. Use the pet hotbar it provides to damage him with the first ability. He also has a move called Hard Stomp, which does 3k plus damage to everyone in the room. I've heard reports that it can instantly wipe your party, but I'm not sure the conditions that cause this. It can be stunned, however, with the second move on the cannon's list, and you should assign 2 people to alternate stunning him with it. He does build stun resistance, so don't spam the stun attack. Kukafera occasionally does a move called Diamondback, which will make him ricochet your cannon attacks back at you, so don't attack him when you see this giant shield. He will also ricochet when he becomes a giant fire tornado turtle, and he'll also spin in the direction of one of the players, so move out of the way. Finally, he summons a bunch of ads which can be brought to the middle of the room and killed by the players with the cannons. You can have the tank get off his cannon and just round these up and bring them to the center of the room. Just spam cannon attack 1, stun hard stomp, and kill the ads and it'll be over quick enough. The trash after the second boss is really just more of what you've dealt with before. There's some new enemies like the Tursus enemies, but they aren't that bad. Also, there's this one side room. This is the only side room that I found any coffers in case you were wondering about them all throughout the dungeon. Kill the last bit of trash, pick up a key on the ground, head to the door to the final boss, Venegas. Venegas, whom I'm going to call Giru for short, has no enmity table, so tanks feel free to turn off Defiance or turn on Sword Oath. He will attack players with a random assortment of moves, each of which has a super long charge up time to give you time to react. This includes a tail swipe, a long charged up AoE fire spit, a swipe attack, and a charge attack. Being hit by any of these moves will give you a short debuff that can't be Asuna'd that reduces the healing you receive. As he loses some HP, he'll summon a second Giru that you'll need to kill as well, but finish focusing down the first Giru before switching targets. After this, they may occasionally give themselves a damage buff for 15 seconds before immediately doing a conal fire breath, so watch out. I've also seen them do this conal fire breath without the damage buff, so just be wary if you're in front of one of them. As for this giant shout attack right here, I have no idea what this did. After the second Giru spawned, it seemed like every time they did this AoE shout, they would always do that damage buff right after, but they also did the damage buff without the shout, so I just have no idea what they do. Just do your best to survive the onslaught of attacks. You can get through this fight without taking any damage, or you can get through it with the healer needing to do a lot. But either way, it's not too hard of a fight, just take care of it, and congratulations, you're done with Stone Vigil Hard Mode. In this dungeon, you will have received 100 Mythology and 45 Soldiery before Duty Roulette or First Time bonuses. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share for more videos. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and follow me on Twitch where I do live stream occasionally. And until next time, guys, take care.